Welcome everyone to Queenette's journey. My name is Queenette. I am based here in Canada. I'm a single mom of three amazing kids. Yes. My kids, they truly see me. So yes, welcome to my journey. I want to start telling my story, of how I became a single mom. My story, I believe, is a very unique one because I had to go through something that most people will go through in 2 years, 3 years, and might or might not survive it. But I am here, thriving by the special grace of God, living in good health. Yes. After 10 years of being verbally abused, financially abused, emotionally abused. The only reason I I didn't get like physically abused is because I am here in Canada, you know. But that doesn't make it any better because verbal abuse can be more damaging than physical abuse, if you get what I mean. So, my journey is starting from when I got married. When we started dating, I saw the signs, signs of having more than, you know, having more than one partner. At the time we were dating, right? So I knew he had other people he was also seeing. But in my mind, I'm like, he's going to change. I'm going to use prayer to change him. That was all what I was thinking. I'm going to use prayer to change him. It's never worked. What I'm telling you today is if you're that person thinking, if you're in a relationship right now thinking, and you're seeing the signs, run for your life. It will never get better. Never. Even with prayer. Because why am I saying this? I'm not saying that there is nothing God cannot do. I know God changes situations. But then the person you're dealing with, has he agreed that something is actually wrong that he needs to change? Get what I mean? Because in Igbo language there is something we say, like there is an adage that goes this way, ikwe chigekwe, like if you agree, your God will also agree with you. So ikwe chigekwe, if you agree, your God would also agree. So the your partner that is not agreeing that he has a problem, or maybe I need to change this, my I need to change this my character, or I need to change this my behavior. If he doesn't see it as a problem, then God will not do something. He needs to seek help first of all, agreeing that something is really wrong here before anything can happen. So, back to what I was saying, I saw the signs, the signs of leaving me unattended to. Like I would visit him, then when we're dating, I would visit him. He would leave me at home and he would go outside to go, be with some other woman. And this happened not once, it didn't happen twice, you know. And I ignored them. I saw so many signs, so many that I ignored. Now, I was 29 years old when I got married, when I did my white wedding, but I was 28 years old when we, got traditionally wedded. Was I in a rush? Kind of. I'm from a family that my mom and my dad, bless their souls, they are late now. And first of all, I want to clear the air that this is not me blaming anyone. I take full responsibility of my actions because I knew what I was going right into, right? But I came out from a family of, my mom used to be she used to be a very prayerful person. She's a very, she's a prayer warrior. and she will always pray, God, give my kids husbands, and stuff like that. And then when she sees her fellow Christian mother or fellow church member person and daughter getting married, and she's yelling at us, when parents get angry with their children, and they will be like, your mates are getting married, your mates are getting married. I know they didn't mean it in a bad way, but then in my head, I'll be like, oh, this is getting too much. God, just give me a husband. I just want to leave. So my getting married, I was happy at the time that I was getting married, right? But then me ignoring the signs is not something I would encourage anyone to do. Ignoring those signs, those red flags, ignoring them, and then keeping in your mind that it will never get better. Never, except the person has accepted that, okay, this behavior of mine has to change. You get what I mean? Before God can step in, don't just imagine that everything will get better when I start praying. No, it will never ever get better. You get what I mean? So that's by the way. So I got into the marriage. Of course, I loved him at the time very much. I'm a lover girl. So it's not about if you loved him. Yes, I loved him at the time. But then part of it was desperation. I was desperate, wanting to leave my parents' house in a hurry. So I got into the marriage, and after the white wedding, even on the traditional wedding day, he said something very, very striking to me. Till today, I still remember it. Even till tomorrow, I'll still, it's in my head. After, the dancing, people spraying money and all that, we sat down together and he whispered to me, are you happy now? Like I'm the one that forced him into the marriage, of course. And of course I said yes, but, I pushed it to one side. On the wedding day, the white wedding day, when it was time to take pictures, I was trying to gather my siblings. He was just by my side. I was just trying to gather my siblings. Come right, you guys should stop wasting time. Come, let's hurry up and get this done. I was trying to encourage people to come, let's take the pictures quickly. And then he just yelled at me and said, why are you hurrying people? Just let them be. Why are you hurrying people? Let them be. Stuff like that. It didn't sit well with me, but I kept quiet. And something again happened on still that wedding day. When it was time for us to go get into the hall, to go welcome the people, our visitors that came. He left me and he was just going in front. I was behind him. One of his friends came and said, where is your wife? And he responded this way, she's at the back. It's not my business. She has legs. Let her come by herself. And the man was like, no, go carry your wife. You're supposed to hold her. Go hold her. And then he responded, she has legs now. Let her come by herself. I left it. I, let it slide and I kept quiet. So it was just this thing I'm explaining on my wedding day. What would you have done in my shoes? Would you have said, okay, I'm not getting married anymore? Or maybe after the wedding day, you go back home and say to your parents, oh, I'm done with this wedding. This was what happened on the wedding day and stuff like that. What would you have done? I am curious. What would you have done? Would you have left or would you have stayed back? Just like me. Because I stayed back. After 10 years, I realized myself and I decided to leave. I'm going to see you on my next video. I love you. Please subscribe. Subscribe because I'm going to tell the medical condition that I was diagnosed with after 30 years of my life. This medical condition would have been diagnosed at birth, but it wasn't in my own case, right? I'm going to tell you every detail you need to hear, especially for people, young ones that are, getting into or wanting to get married. So please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you for sticking by.